All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the First Ones to Die. I am Jonathan. I'm here with my co-hosts, Alex and Jerome. How y'all doing today?
Sup?
Hey,
None of you answered my question, but that's all right because we
we
are
were
gonna have
exchanging pleasantries.
we are gonna have some questions for you today in the form of trivia. That's right. We're switching it up a little bit. We're playing some trivia. We're gonna have some fun with y'all today. Play along at home if you want. This is a very high stakes game because the winner of this game today will essentially change the face of this podcast as we know it in the form of they get to choose the movie that we all watch and review next week. It's going to be fun. Um, without telling us what your movie is, Alex, what might we have in store in case you win? Just give us a little hint.
Well, I would have liked, but Jerome seems against it. So we're not going to do Clownado, but I will find a equally terrible movie to make you guys suffer through.
Nice. And Jerome, what about you?
All I can say is it's a funny movie.
Funny movie. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I'd say
We're watching
bring
Big
out
Brother.
no,
seasons.
no, no,
That has
no.
to be a movie.
It's a movie. For me, you're gonna we're gonna have some nostalgia. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, so let's get into the game. What do you guys
Is
say?
it going to be a Disney Channel original film? Because I really would love that right now.
No.
I'm not saying anything.
Do they
I'm
have
not saying
those on Disney Plus? I might watch that tonight.
They do have the
Yeah.
Disney Channel original movies on Disney Plus.
I still
They
want to
do.
watch that. We watched that 16th one.
Mm.
16th birthday. Anyway, go on with what we're doing today.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen here and we will get into the rules of the game. Here we go. All right, so we're doing this through Trivia Plaza. Shout out Trivia Plaza. This is how it's going to work. Each person is going to randomly draw a category out of Alex's shark mug that she has placed the name of each category in. Once we pick that category, we'll answer 10 questions and your score will be locked. We'll do 2 rounds, so each person will answer 20 questions in total. The person with the highest amount of points at the end of the game will win the game.
I'll keep score here.
All right, Jerome will be our scorekeeper. All right, no funny business over there.
Well, which one are you talking to?
I'm talking to Jerome.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it'll be fine. You know.
I was like, wait,
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it tight. You know. At the end of the day, I'll have 1,000 points, and everybody else will have what they
suddenly
have.
it
That's all
becomes
that
like,
matters.
whose line is it anyway? Points don't matter. Everything's made up.
Exactly.
We're really just here to see the two guys be weird with each other. What were their names? The really tall one.
Ryan and
I only know
Colin.
Brady.
Wayne Brady as well.
Wayne Brady.
And
yeah.
they're from Seattle too.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Is Aisha Tyler from Seattle?
I don't think so.
Is that show still on? Because I swear
it is with Aisha Tyler hosting.
Yeah, but I seen those episodes, but I swear I can't figure out when it actually airs.
Some of the best is when John Mulaney is on there sometimes.
John Mulaney's on there?
He's been on there as like a guest, or not John Mulaney. This is another dude who goes up there as like a guest who looks like John Mulaney to me. But a lot of white people look alike, unfortunately. So,
Wait, well, when you're skinny and tall and have weird long limbs, yeah. Kind of.
Drew Carey, who is the original host, he is part owner of the Seattle Sounders.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for that.
I know.
all right.
Random. All right.
With that trivia fun fact, let's get into this real trivia real quick.
Okay, so should we just go in alphabetical order? Let's do it. Okay, I'm making an executive decision. All right, Alex,
That's
you
no
are
matter
up
what
first.
TV.
You already.
You go ahead,
No.
Jonathan. You didn't really get to talk a lot last episode, Jonathan, for the Selena review. So you take. I think it'd be fitting if you start first.
So this category is for you, Jonathan. Actually, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, let's do
So
it.
let's see what you get.
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
I'll
You
just
get
put it in the
TV.
audio version. You'll hear it.
You get
Oh,
TV. I don't know.
TV.
You can't even do that. You get television.
Okay, television. Let's go.
Television.
Okay. General cast, characters, plots, or specials.
Jerome, you pick because Jonathan doesn't get to pick his categories.
Yes.
You know what? Let's go with let's go with characters. I feel like that's a lot. That'll be a bit easier than trying to guess like cast members for TV shows because there's so many TV shows.
Yeah. All right, characters.
Ooh, I'll read the questions in my narrative. Oh my god,
Okay,
there's
yeah, there's a
more
lot of
There's
categories.
so many. It's just a lot more subject. Oh, okay.
Alex, which one are we doing? What are we doing? 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s?
You know what? Let's go with the 2010, 2013.
Number 1, 2, or
1,
3.
2, 3, or 4.
3.
All right.
All right, I'll read the questions narrator
Okay.
style.
Cool. Cool. Let's do it.
I swear if there's more categories.
It's just a play button. There's no more categories.
All right.
All
Hit
right,
it.
Let's go.
This is a character from which of these US TV series? Is it A, Nurse Jackie, B, Parks and Recreation, C, The Good Wife, or D, Community?
How about you
You forgot to tell the you forgot to tell the audience.
I
the
figured
name.
you could read that part. Kalinda
And
Sharma.
what
they're
about the
listening.
people that are listening?
Okay,
to the podcast?
that's fair. Audio version, my bad. Kalinda Sharma is the character in question. Is she Nurse Jackie, Parks and Recreation, The Good Wife, or Community?
I have no idea. So I'm just gonna say Parks and Rec, and that's my final answer.
Ooh,
The Good Wife.
The Good
answer you're looking
Wife.
for was The Good Wife.
I've never seen The Good
I
Wife.
figured it wasn't the Community or Parks and Rec because I've watched
I knew
those
it
shows.
wasn't Community because I've seen Community. but-
Yeah, I love Community. Well,
All right.
everything with the
Gary
last two.
Walsh is a character from which of these TV series?
Oh my
Girls,
gosh.
Veep, Breaking Bad, or The Big Bang Theory?
I have
Gary
no idea who Gary
Walsh.
Walsh is either. Who's Gary Walsh?
That actually sounds like a real person too.
It does. It's probably not The Big Bang Theory. That sounds like too serious of a name for Big Bang Theory.
Actually, that's like a fair point because like Sheldon and Leonard.
Right.
That's actually really, really good. With that.
I don't think it's girls, so it's either Breaking Bad or Veep. I'm gonna say Veep. That was my first thought. Yes,
That was my guess.
Okay,
too. And
okay,
yes, the correct
okay.
answer is Veep. That is what we're looking for. Next question. Kenny Powers is a character in which US TV series? How I Met Your Mother, Girls, Eastbound and Down, or Glee?
Okay, I was like, yes, I know this. It's South Park, and South Park was not an option. But
Because his last name's not Powers.
What is
name's
his
just
last
Kenny.
name?
I don't think
He's
he
just
has a
always been
last name. I
Kenny.
think he's just Kenny.
Yeah, like I don't think. Yeah,
I mean, they do have last names because Stan is
But
Stan
yeah, but
Marsh,
it's mainly the sentence is "You killed Kenny."
but, yeah, I'm
is-
pretty sure
yeah.
Kenny doesn't have. I don't know Kenny's last name.
I don't know.
Okay.
Kenny Powers kind of sounds stupid, so
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
don't think
that's a
it's
stupid name.
I don't think it's Glee.
You've insulted all the Kenny Powers of the world.
Oh no, they're gonna come at
Um,
me with their gingly arms.
Have I even heard of Eastbound and Down?
The star is Danny McBride. That's the only hint you get from your lifeline.
Cool.
I've never heard of it.
How I Met Your Mother. I don't think it's How I Met Your Mother. I'm gonna say Girls. No, I'm gonna say Eastbound. Girls, here we go. Oh, you found it down. Dang it, dang it,
So
Oh.
dang it.
close.
I
But the
should've
answer we're looking
probably put
for
it
was
down.
Eastbound and Down.
And
Fourth
Danny
question.
McBride is the one who plays Kenny Powers, which is stupid. I should know this because I watched it. I watched the show.
Fourth question. Haley Dunphy is a character in which US TV series? Is it True Blood, Fringe, Parks and Recreation, or Modern Family?
Okay, thankfully, I do know this one.
I was about to say, I know this one too.
It
Yeah,
is
I
Modern
know.
Family. I think she's played by Sarah Hyland.
She's the cute one. That was the correct answer, by the way. It was Modern Family. Skylar White is a character in which US TV series? Modern Family, The Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, or Breaking Bad? I also know the answer to this one too.
I think I know
I got
this
no
one as
clue.
well. The last name White. I know Walter White is the main character in Breaking Bad. And I know everybody's been telling me to watch Breaking Bad, so hopefully this is not a bad sign. I hope I am right
I
on
was
this
not a
one.
fan of it.
You are
Okay,
correct.
thankfully.
It is, in fact, Walter White's wife. I was going to say estranged, but they never divorce, I don't think, in the show. But anyway, it is his wife in the Breaking Bads.
Sky, I assume that was like his daughter or son or something.
No, he has
That sounds like a very young
son
person's
with
name.
he has a son with muscular dystrophy in Breaking Bad, but not a daughter.
I only know
Or
that
no, he does have a baby daughter, I think, later on in the show. Nelson Van Alden / George Mueller is a character in which US TV series? Is it Mad Men, Modern Family, Nurse Jackie, or Boardwalk Empire?
Okay. Mueller, I would guess like I don't know. Mueller sounds like it belongs in the Mad Men universe. So that was what my first thought was. I don't think it's Modern Family. Boardwalk Empire, I don't know. I'm just gonna go Mad Men. I'm gonna say Mad Men. Boardwalk Empire.
You're looking
Oh!
for Boardwalk
Nurse
Empire.
Jackie keeps popping up. Has anybody ever watched that show?
I have not.
I
I've only seen like promotional material. I've not actually watched.
Right? I've
the
never
show.
actually met anybody who's watched the show, which I find weird.
It was popular, so they say.
Yeah, and it's won awards, but like literally nobody I know has ever watched the show.
Lionel Fusco. Anyway,
Fusco.
Lionel is a character in which US TV series? Is it A, Fringe, B, Community, C, Nurse Jackie, or D, Person of Interest?
Okay, person of interest. This is the first time they've had person of interest in this quiz. Is
Also
that-
Fringe.
Also, okay, they haven't had Fringe either. So I'm guessing it's either one of those two. It could also be Community because Community hasn't been an answer yet. I don't think it's Nurse Jackie hasn't either. This is so
Fusco.
hard.
His name
I
is
feel like I'm
Fusco.
back in high school when I don't know the answers to a test and I'm just guessing. I'm gonna say person of interest. Yes,
That is correct.
Oh,
Person of
nice.
interest is who it is the answer we were looking for. Next question. Annie Edison is a character in which of these 4 US TV series? Is it How I Met Your Mother, Eastbound and Down, Community, or Glee?
Okay, so Annie Edison sounds like
I know this answer too.
Yeah, it took me a second, but I remembered now.
It's okay. Maybe that's a clue. I feel like I don't know if you guys have seen. I don't know if you guys would watch Eastbound and Down.
No, I watched it.
Oh, okay.
We just talked about it with Danny McBride.
I thought Jerome had
Jonathan's
only
like,
seen
all
it.
right,
No, Jerome
never
watched
mind.
it. I was like, I should have known that because I did watch it. Well, Christian
Okay.
watched it, and then I watched how stupid it was, and I'm like, this is funny. I enjoyed this.
So my first thought was Glee, but I don't think you guys have seen Glee at all. So
No.
I'm going.
I've seen the musical bits on YouTube.
I've seen a lot of the racist stuff that's happened on Glee. Does that
Yeah.
count for anything?
I'm gonna say Community. I think it's Community. Yes,
That
thank
is
you.
correct.
It is.
The answer
What
we're
was
looking for is Community.
Hold on, I'd
'Cause
like to
Alison
go
Brie
back to that voice though.
is amazing, and Alison Brie is fantastic as Annie Edison in Community. If you have not watched Community, you can catch it on some streaming service. I don't know. I'm not your computer.
I
Google
think
it.
it's Hulu. I just like that Annie Edison, her character first came to the community college due to the fact that she was whacked out on Adderall and jumped through a window.
Wow.
That is her
All
character.
right. Maybe I should start watching Community. Okay.
Community is great. If
It's
you haven't
good,
seen
but
Community, it's a good
I
show.
say drop it before you hit the last season.
Okay.
When
Because
Danny
that's when it
Glover
moved to like Hulu, right?
No, it's when or I guess it's maybe the season before. It's when Danny Glover left.
I'm
and
sorry, you mean
also-
Donald Glover? 'Cause
Donald
Danny
Glover.
Glover is not in the show.
Maybe he is. There's a lot of weird background characters and actors.
He's not. He's not in it.
Donald Glover and who was the other guy? Who left as well?
I don't know.
I was asking Jerome.
I don't remember. I've only watched like I'm still binging through a lot of the seasons, so I've only seen.
I was like, oh, then you would know. Okay, well then go
on. Next question: Fitch Cooper is a character in which of these 4 U.S. TV series? Is it Game of Thrones, Nurse Jackie, Mad Men, or Modern Family?
So I don't think it's Game of Thrones. That sounds like too much of a.
It doesn't sound regal enough.
Yeah.
Or modern.
Yeah. I don't think it's Nurse Jackie for some reason. So I'm between Mad Men and Modern Family. There's already been a Modern Family question, but could this be a trick? I'm gonna say Mad Men. I'm gonna go with Mad Men. Nurse Jackie.
The answer we were looking for was Nurse Jackie.
I would have gone with Mad Men too, because like it sounds like one of those nicknames they had back in the 50s, like Coop.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Too though is that you said it's too modern, but I'm like, there's a character in Game of Thrones whose name is Littlefinger. I mean, his real name is Peter Baelish, but his nickname is Littlefinger.
I can understand that because I can see that. I can see that.
So it's like there are some characters that have just like
but Littlefinger
like
isn't like a modern like nickname. Who's gonna nick?
You can see that being in a crime show though, or whatever, or
back
Mad
in
Men where they have like bad
1930. Not nowadays. Nowadays it's just like.
But anyway, last question of this round. Rajesh Kuthurpali, thank you. Rajesh Kuthurpali is a character in which of these 4 U.S. TV series? The Big Bang Theory, V from 2009, Nurse Jackie, or Breaking Bad?
I forgot V was a show for a bit.
Me too.
I think everybody did.
It's not Nurse Jackie. Because we just had that. It's not Breaking Bad. I know
this answer.
I don't think it's V. I'm gonna go with Big Bang Theory.
I remember the character Raj is in Big Bang Theory. They call him Raj, but I didn't know his full name. But
oh, you got a D.
I got a D. I got a 6.
All right, so I'm putting down
10. All right, I have 6 points, but I beat the average score
by 1.
All right, Alex, it's your time.
All right.
It's your time now. Down here. Welcome to First Ones to Die Trivia. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Jonathan Keys, for sponsoring today's episode of Trivia here at First Ones to Die. Jonathan, keep on doing what you do and keep on living the life.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, Alex.
Ready?
Yes. What is your category? Science. All right, let's go to science. Jerome, you want to pick the first subcategory?
Indeed.
We have general, animals, astronomy, biology, elements, math, or measure.
You know what? Let's go with astronomy.
Yeah, astronomy.
Like
all right.
Yeah, I was like, if you guys are going to try to give me math and measurements, like, screw you both. Thank you.
We all worked at the Science Center, so.
Jonathan, hit us with what the subcategory.
I'm looking. Guess the planet. That might be too easy. How about?
Never know.
General astronomy facts. we might learn something interesting here. All right.
Very well.
Let's play.
General
Oh.
astronomy facts. Here we go.
All right, let's do this.
Which of these planets does not have a satellite? Is it Earth, Uranus, Venus, or Mars?
I'm gonna say Venus.
All right, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Venus. All
Venus
right.
does
She's
not
off to
have a
great
satellite.
start.
I thought for sure you were wrong because I was pretty sure Venus has a satellite.
Well, it is a
But-
good thing this is not your category.
shows how
Jerome.
much the host knows.
like Mercury and Venus don't really have anything to view because they're so close to the sun. They actually just are solid rock now.
Well, Venus is also a gas planet, so you probably can't even really see the atmosphere to even see this. What would be a surface if there is one? We don't even know.
No, Venus doesn't have that much gas on it anymore. Again, the closer they are to the sun, the more solidified and rock they become. The further they're out, the more gas planets like Jupiter and like Pluto, and like Pluto's basically like ice, but it's a lot of gas.
Yeah, 'cause
Anyway.
it's so far away. Anyway, which of these
Pluto.
planets is the smallest? Uranus, Mars, Venus, or Earth?
I'm gonna go with Mars.
Let's see.
Final answer?
Yes. Oh,
That is
Wow,
correct.
she is
It
off
is
to
Mars.
another 2 for 2. Here we go.
What's the name of the planet that orbits between Saturn and Neptune around the sun? Is it Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, or Mars?
Wait, between Saturn and Neptune.
I'll read it again. What's the name of the planet that orbits between Saturn and Neptune around the sun? Is it Venus, Uranus, Jupiter, or Mars?
Uranus?
Is that your final answer?
Yes, because I'm trying to remember where Jupiter and Uranus
I
are.
know.
That's not Venus and Mars.
Alex, I know you're right on this one.
Oh,
It
yay!
is Uranus. Was
I was
the
like,
actual...
wait, I was trying to figure
Because
out.
I was doing the I still remember the planet order in my from like elementary school, and I knew that Uranus was between Saturn and Neptune.
I was trying to think of the planet order, but after I got after Mars, I was like, wait. And then I couldn't remember where they were going.
What's
Go
the
ahead.
term for the point in the orbit of a planet or comet where it is nearest to the sun? Is it the aphelion or aphelion? Sorry. Occultation. These are words I have not said in a long time. Occultation.
Oh no, he froze.
Occultation.
Jerome
Perihelion
froze for a
or
second. It was just
elongation.
All right.
Oh, my bad. I'll read it again. Hold on. The aphelion, occultation, perihelion, or elongation.
Paraphelion? I feel like I said that weirdly, and it sounds
It's perihelion, I think.
perihelion.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes, because I have no idea.
Okay.
You gave the host big words.
Oh,
wow.
crap, bro. Okay,
oh my
cool.
gosh.
She's on fire, folks. She's now
So-
four. She's now 4 points
Like, I don't
in.
even know
Hasn't
what
missed
those
a
words
question yet.
mean.
What's the term for the point in the orbit of a planet or comet where it is farthest from the Earth? Is this the conjunction, the apogee, the perigee, or the quadrature? Got those words that time.
You did get those words, but I'm like, I don't. They went from like where are the planets thing to like significantly harder ones. It was like I was hoping
They're like, she's
what
doing
color-
too well. We need to take her down a
I was
peg.
really just hoping they'd be like, what color is Mars? Like, relax.
I like that this is general facts. Like, no, people should know these.
You should know this, yeah. The quadrature?
Let's see.
Ooh, I am so
Oh,
sorry.
I got
We were
one
looking
wrong.
for the apogee.
That's all right. That's your first question. Wrong.
What is the approximate circumference of the Earth?
Jesus.
Is
Christ.
it 4 kilometers, 44 kilometers, 400 kilometers, or 40 kilometers?
I think it means 4,044. I think this.
It probably does, but I'm not going to say all that, all right? They put periods, not commas. So, so that's on them.
Let's do 400.
400,000 kilometers.
All right, let's see.
The biggest one.
Ooh,
Oh,
We're
really?
looking for
40,000.
40,000 kilometers. What's the name of the planet that orbits between Mercury and Earth around the sun? Is it?
You got this.
Oh, that
Saturn?
one's Venus. That one I
Is it-
know.
oh, I wasn't finished.
Just
Is it Mars?
Click on it.
Is it Deimos? Or is
What
it
is
Venus?
Deimos?
Deimos is a planet, apparently.
It's related to John Stamos.
All right, Venus is your final answer?
Yes.
Let's see. All right.
We all knew it was Venus, but I needed to finish.
That's what I was like. They went significantly hard for like a second of words. I don't recall learning in school, but I also went to a private Baptist school where that wasn't really taught.
Between which two planets can we find the most asteroids in our solar system? Saturn and Uranus, Uranus and Neptune, Mars and Jupiter, or Jupiter and Saturn?
I'm gonna say Saturn and Uranus because I think Uranus is the one that has the ring that's actually on the going like this instead of around, right?
I just know that there's an asteroid belt somewhere in there. So
With Saturn and Uranus, yeah.
all right. Ooh,
That is incorrect, and I actually
Mars
didn't know
and
the answer, but I didn't want to give it to you. It's the asteroid belt's
Thanks.
behind Mars, and it leads to Jupiter. So that's
Really?
they were talking about the asteroid belt. It's right behind Mars. Once you pass Mars, you hit the asteroid belt, and then you hit Jupiter.
That's right, because it's like the first five or the first how many Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars.
See,
Jupiter,
even
Saturn,
when you're
Uranus,
saying it
Neptune.
out loud,
There's 9 planets.
you still get technically.
I know.
Pluto is always going to be a planet. I will fight for that. Go on, Joe.
How many years does it approximately take for Halley's Comet?
Haley's
to-
Comet.
Is it Haley?
It's Haley.
Why is there 2 L's? I stand my
It's
case. Anyway,
still Haley.
Haley's Comet to return to our inner solar system. Is it 15 years, 75 years, 45 years, or 115 years?
I think it's 75 because it's like always once in a generation type of deal, right?
All right, let's see.
That is
All
correct.
right.
75 years is the right answer. However, I take issue with the posing of that question because it implies that an alien is not taking this trivia quest. Because for them, it might be a different time period. And they just said hour. They didn't specify Earth. So just, don't
Wait.
be alien racist. Trivia.
But we're
Plaza.
talking about from
PSA.
Earth, though. We're watching it from Earth, though. So if an alien comes here, he still has to like watch it from Earth time.
But he could be thinking they're talking about his native planet or her native planet or their. I don't even know if they use pronouns.
It said
in space.
Earth.
It
It said Earth. Ow.
Anyway, what's the term? Last question. What's
Jesus.
the term for the point in the orbit of a planet or comet where it is farthest from the sun? Is it the aphelion, elongation, the perihelion, or occultation?
Didn't we have this question already?
Kind of. It was
When
was
it was
about
close,
a different. It was
or
about
when
a
it was on
different
an angle
point
or something.
Yeah.
But they're the same answers.
Because the last one was furthest from Earth. This is farthest from the sun.
Oh, okay. Let's go with elongation.
That sounds like it would be right.
Long.
Longest, yeah. Let's see.
Oh.
Ooh, the answer
aphelion.
was the aphelion, which I knew only because the last answer was the perihelion, so it has to be the opposite.
You
which
could
is
have
the
reminded
aphelion.
me.
I wasn't.
He
going
wants to
do
win.
that. I
Well,
don't
you know what?
want to
Let's see what
win.
happens when your category
Yeah,
comes
let's
up.
see. All right, Alex and I are tied so far. We both have a score of D. We are
We both have 6, and we are both
Listen, you have to
barely
be good.
just below average.
You have to be good at guessing some of this stuff because some of this I
Yeah.
was like, no,
You
were
were
good,
on fire
Alex.
for,
you
like,
were
those
doing
first
really
4
good.
questions.
Yeah, they hit you with some hard ones.
they
Just like
Of
they
like-
all of a sudden,
they hit
this is
you
not
with quest-
generic.
They hit you with questions that your child gives you when they're like, "Can you help me with my homework?" And you're like, "Dang, I ain't learned all this when I was in school. I don't remember none of this."
There was a dad I was speaking to on the phone when I was at work. He was setting up an appointment. Really nice man. He had his children yelling in the background. He's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, I get it." He's fine. He's like, I'm like, "I get it." I'm like, "I think the parent part is like the worst job you can have." And I'm like, especially now with the homeschooling having to be a thing, he's like, thank you for saying that. He's like, because I've taken over the responsibility because my wife still works. He's like, yeah, sometimes these kids come up to me with these questions from school. He's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what they're saying to me. I'm like, I completely understand that. I'm like, I'll talk to my friends' kids and they'll mention something about fractions. I'm like, I haven't used fractions in years. So I'm like, I can't help a child with this like fourth grade. I don't even know when they start teaching fractions with this math, and they'll come up and be like, "What's this fraction? How do you divide it at a fraction?" I'm like, I don't know anymore, kid. Go away now. Go find the individual who birthed you, and then let them deal with it.
I can't even. If someone told me to add two fractions or multiply
Yeah,
at this age
left my brain.
Yeah.
Most of algebra has left my brain.
You can't divide a fraction or something?
Watch Jerome get the math.
Probably, and then it's just
No.
Well, forget it.
Oh, is there a math
All right.
category? No, there's not.
It was in science.
Oh, okay.
We got lucky.
All right, hit me,
Jerome,
Alex. What do you got?
Okay, I can be the host for you this time.
No, I got
Jerome.
this. I got this.
No. Jonathan's the host now.
Yeah,
don't be guest and host.
I know, right?
All right. Well, I'm going to be taking my 5-minute break, smoke break. Meanwhile, my extra co-host will come in.
Jonathan gets to choose a category for you.
Oh, it's Jonathan's choice.
Jonathan, you get to pick one for him.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Want.
I'm not gonna do classical music. I'm not gonna do that to you.
I know nothing about classical music except for that there's a dude named Beethoven at one point who made music.
Beethoven was try miscellaneous. Let's see what we got there.
Okay, let's do.
Ooh, that is cute.
No, actually, geography is calling my name.
I don't know. Maybe geography knock you down a peg, Jerome.
Oh, please.
We might learn some stuff. Okay, let's do geography.
Right. You got it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Alex, pick the category, the subcategory.
Why is currencies in here? What is this?
I was looking at the air traffic. Oh my god.
You want to do air traffic?
We go down a little one or the other.
World
landmarks. Yeah, right.
Okay,
they gotta come with like pictures or something.
They don't. I bet money they don't.
And photo and castle or palace. Oh, that sounds interesting. Skyscrapers. Pictures of fountains.
Let's do pictures of.
We're doing
pictures of fountains. What?
Can you tell which fountains are depicted on these photos? Okay, we'll have to, for our podcast listeners, we'll have to describe the photo to them.
All right, that's not fair. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Okay.
So there's this fountain that's spewing Kool-Aid.
Yes. Which fountain do you see here? Is it the Bellagio fountains in Las Vegas, Magic Fountain of Montjuic, Barcelona, Trevi Fountain in Rome, or Buckingham Fountain in Chicago? There's like blue and red.
So it's one round fountain and there's the water pushing out and it's blue. And outside that part is just individual little fountains that are colored red at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, the water's not colored. There's lights in the fountain.
The lights, yes.
Yeah, that are making them look. Here's the thing though. Here's what I'm thinking, right? See, the water's colored like Kool-Aid. So juice is just like Kool-Aid. So it has to be the magic fountain of Montjuic from Barcelona. It has to be. That has to be it. That's my final answer.
Was that just a guess and to justify?
I really needed to be that one from Barcelona now, just because that logic there, that like road you went down, I need that to be. I need that to exist. All
right, let's see.
Oh, I told you.
I love it.
I knew it wasn't the Trevi Fountain, and I knew it wasn't.
Las
the Bellagio.
I knew it wasn't the Bellagio. No.
Okay, which fountain do you see here? We have a statue on top of a man who looks like he's naked, and some stone underneath it, and then 2 levels of fountain underneath that. Is it the Jet d'Eau in Geneva, Archibald Fountain in Sydney, Magic Fountain of Montjuic in Barcelona, or Latona Fountain in Versailles, Paris? I think we know. I think we can rule one out.
We can rule out the juice. All right, we know what the juice looks like, and it doesn't look like this.
You got it right with that logic, and I love it. There's no reason for that.
I will say, you know what? That looks like Sydney, just because of the sky and the trees. So I'm gonna go with
like sunny day.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Sydney. That might be wrong.
Does
But I
Paris
feel
not
like
have
it looks
sunny
like
days?
Australia.
And his name might be Archibald. Who knows?
Oh,
The
nice.
two for
Geography
two.
helped me out there because I was like, that looks like Sydney. I'd have never been to Australia, but I met from the pictures. It looks similar.
Okay, which fountain do you see here? Wow, it is a.
That is just a very tall.
That's not a fountain. That's a geyser. All right,
Yeah,
they're
it's
two
a
it's a
different
little
things.
fountain. Look at the bottom. There's a little thing. And
We can barely see the fountain part, but we could see the huge, like 100+ foot gush of water bursting out of it. Is it King Fahd's fountain in Jeddah? Is it Archibald Fountain? It's Sydney. Is
I like the way you confidently said that, Sydney.
is
Sydney.
it Merlion Fountain in Singapore? Is it Fountain of Rings in Atlanta?
Here's the thing.
This one we could also rule one out.
Yeah.
You getting three
Yeah,
getting
that's
three
not
options
fair.
on
Help by
this
giving me
quiz.
3 answers instead of 4. Here's the thing. I feel like, that fountain is very regal because it shoots up to the sky almost like it's trying to get to heaven. So, trying to get back to its king. So King Fahd probably is sitting here. He's like, it's his heavenly water fountain. He's just trying to get a sip, trying to get a little taste of earth. That's my logic. That's what I'm going with. King's Fahd.
What is with your logic, and why does it weirdly make sense in the end?
For real.
Click on it. I need to know now.
All right, let's see. Oh my
What
god.
in the hell? Your logic makes.
How?
That's what these people were thinking about when they built that fountain. The god needs to take a sip of water, so let's shoot up his high as like.
For our podcast listeners, Jerome has been right on every single question
Because of his
so far
logic.
because of this logic. Let's get to the next one. Okay, which fountain do you see here? How would you guys describe this? What are we looking at?
That
There's
is
a
a
regal
lot, and
palace,
it's-
or what looks like a
Yes.
palace back there,
Mm.
and with a staircase that is
Mhm.
like also a part of the fountain. I think. I don't know. I can.
Well,
see,
I
like,
wouldn't
water
really say
shooting out.
palace because this is honestly all these answers are from like Italy and Paris, and that's some of what their houses just look like in like the countryside for like really fancy people. So I wouldn't say like a
Yeah.
palace, but like an estate home that you would see in like Bridgeton. Bridgerton.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Brid-
This is very Bridgerton-esque.
Which I just started watching and I love it already.
Oh yes. Okay, we'll have to talk about that
Right.
later.
Okay.
All
And
right.
there's a lot of gold,
Yes, a lot of gold.
which again, it's
Regal. Is this the Latona Fountain in Versailles, Paris, the Oval Fountain in Tivoli, Rome, Fountain of Neptune in Florence, or Samson Fountain in St. Petersburg?
All right, now this one actually is tripping me out, but that looks like
St.
St.
Petersburg. Is that
Petersburg.
Germany?
So that's Russia.
That's in. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking St. Johannesburg, South
No,
Africa.
no, that looks like St. I'm gonna go with St. Petersburg. That looks like St. Petersburg.
Wait. What's your
What
logic?
is your logic?
My
That's
logic?
what I need to know.
There's a dude sitting in the middle. He looks like he's benching. He's trying to lift that fountain up. That little gold guy in the middle there. That's got to be Samson. And Samson was strong until he cut his hair. That's why he's out here struggling to hold up the thing of water that's in the center there. So it has to be Samson
If
Fountain.
you are
Okay.
right, I am leaving.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, he is right.
I
heck?
no longer want to be part of this podcast.
How is he? Okay, we don't know because Alex, you got the first 4 right too, and you were
Yeah,
guessing.
but
on
my
something-
logic was no. I knew
your
like the first.
Wasn't this
three.
insane?
My logic was not like that. I picked one word because it said long in it. It was just about.
All right, let's. Okay, let's go.
Are real, yes.
Let's see if his
continue.
luck will hold up. Okay. Which fountain do you see here? It's a it looks like a I can't really tell. We know that there's a person on top holding something on their head.
It looks like a water jug. It looks like a guy with a long beard who's very ripped, sitting on a mushroom top of a thing.
Yeah. I can't.
That's all I got.
Is this the Stravinsky Fountain in Paris, Triton Fountain in Rome, Latona Fountain in Versailles, Paris, or Jet d'Eau in Geneva?
All right. So first of all, y'all got it all wrong. See, what you see in there is a man holding the magic conch from SpongeBob, right? And he's sitting on a shell. That's an open clam shell, right? And he's praying to the shell. Question. And you know who else was on SpongeBob? Triton. Remember the SpongeBob movie? You know, the Goofy Goober song? That was him. So this has to be the Triton Fountain because there's also fish at the bottom too. You know,
right. Let's see. If this man is right, I am done. He is right. Oh my goodness.
Do you know these?
No.
Are you sure you don't know these?
I don't know any of these.
You cannot literally come in with that logic of SpongeBob and the magic conch.
All right, I'll be real with you. It's not any of that. I saw the fishes at the bottom, and I'm like, Triton's the king of the sea, so therefore it has
I really don't believe that. I really believe that.
I actually did think my first thought was Triton because of the man on the he just looked very strong. And
I expected the
strong.
Triton fountain to be more.
Okay, which fountain do you see here? It looks like there's multiple levels to this fountain. Again, a lot of gold. We have a woman, it looks like, at the top holding her hand out, maybe carrying something in her left hand. We have a whole bunch of people in the background. Which fountain is this? Is this the Trevi Fountain in Rome, Latona Fountain, Versailles, Paris, Friendship of the People's Fountain, Moscow, or Fountain of the Four Rivers in Rome?
I know what fountain this is, just because of the background.
So I don't know what fountain this is, but I believe that because there's 4 layers, much like a 4-tier cake, this must be the Fountain of the Four Rivers. So that's what I'm going with.
All right, let's see.
I'm probably wrong.
That was my
one
first...
I don't know.
I was either thinking friendship. I was either thinking Friendship of the People's Fountain or Fountain of Four Rivers.
I thought that too. But
yeah,
then I was like Fountain of the Four Rivers. That's fine.
So let's see.
Latona Fountain was my third option. Dang it!
I knew that one just because of the background. I've seen the Versailles Gardens and stuff like that, and like pictures and things.
See, I thought that was Versailles Garden, but I wasn't sure.
Okay,
that's why I didn't guess it.
Which fountain do you see here? We have it's at nighttime. We have a big like structure with a lot of carved out people, a lot of carved out like windows, water at the bottom.
Alex, I do.
Latona, are you? What did you go? What is happening?
Read the answers, Jonathan. Read them.
I'm just having a great time. That's all.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, all right. Okay, we know we got a point on this. We know you got a point on this one because the other answers are literally answers that have been.
Also, it's also a very famous fountain.
It is very much so famous.
Yeah.
All right, Jerome, just let out the answer.
The answers are, first of all, for those who want to know, the answers are the Latona Fountain, which we've gotten, the Magic Fountain of Monjuice.
Wait, the Latona Fountain that was just seen in the last one.
Yep.
The Montoon one that was reminded of Kool-Aid. And then the Samson one, which was what again? It was
the gold guy who's struggling to lift up the jug of water. Yeah, in the middle.
And
so, this one's the Trevi Fountain
in Rome. Hey now, this is what dreams are made of. The Lizzie McGuire movie, as we know, took place in Rome, and they visited the Trevi Fountain,
where she met the singer at that time.
Paolo. Yes.
I will say I learned about the Trevi Fountain, and like it's over $1 million at the end of the year. Like they clean it out and all the
wow in there, that people put into it.
It's over $1 million, and they use it to like fix roads and stuff.
Oh wow.
They
That's
actually
cool. They
like
put it
use
back
it,
into
yeah.
the city.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I
exactly.
appreciate, but I was just like laughing because I was like, oh, for $1 million, who's doing that? But then like everybody comes and throws it. But anyway,
All right. Which fountain do you see here? Okay, we have a city, and thankfully those are all of our options that we haven't seen before. Thank you, Trivia Plaza. We have a big kind of reminds me of the Seattle Center fountain. We have a
Little bit.
big, yeah, we have a big geyser shooting up with a whole bunch of smaller, ones at the bottom. Nice city in the background, beautiful blue day, little cloudy. Is this the Unisphere Fountains in New York, Fountain of Rings in Atlanta, Buckingham Fountain in Chicago, or the Dubai Fountain in Dubai?
See, I think that's Chicago in the background, so I'm fairly certain that's Buckingham Fountain. Alex would know better than I would because you're from there. But yeah.
yes, I am.
Let's see.
I feel like putting, yeah.
It is the Buckingham Fountain.
I
in
was like, I know
Chicago.
what Chicago looks like. I've never been there, but I know what it looks like.
Also, I don't know, this is like insulting or not, but I feel like if Dubai's like fountain is gonna be on here, it's gonna be super extravagant. Like, that's like the Buckingham Fountain is very nice and everything, but like a Dubai fountain, I feel is like gonna be so much more.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do it right.
All right. Which fountain do you see here? Jerome, I see your eyes diverting. You ain't Googling this, are you?
No, I'm like just looking at the answers.
That's how he's
All
won.
right. The host has lost his composure. Which fountain do you see here? We have a winged person at the top.
I think that's just an angel.
And
A winged person.
I didn't want to assume,
A bird person is sitting at the top of the fountain.
It's Birdman. They erected a statue in his honor. Go on.
We have different tiers, and it looks like children beneath, like children beneath.
I want a podcast of Jonathan just describing pictures.
A whole episode. We can
All right.
compile this whole all together.
Oh my
So I'm pretty sure
Is it the
go ahead.
Bethesda Fountain in New York, Samson Fountain in St. Petersburg? We already know it's not that. Archibald Fountain in Sydney, or Stravinsky Fountain in Paris.
I only have two options because the other two have been taken.
Yeah.
But I think this is Bethesda Fountain because I know Bethesda Fountain has an angel on the top. In New York.
No, a winged man, Birdman.
Birdman.
I'm just gonna put on record. I think you're wrong. I'm gonna say it's Paris.
No, I'm right.
Oh, you're
No.
wrong.
And again, this is another one where it's like, all right. Like,
Oh my gosh, Trivia Plaza, you're killing me with these. Which fountain do you see here? All right, we have a beautiful lit up city at night and a very large fountain that spans like multiple blocks. Is it the Fountain of Rings in Atlanta, Magic Fountain of Montjuice, Barcelona, Fountain of Wealth in Singapore, or the Dubai Fountain in Dubai?
Honestly, had they not given us all these options, I would have thought it was the one in Vegas.
I did too
Same.
at first.
Yeah, because like honestly, you've only ever really seen it from like a standing point. It's very rare that people see it like the over above head shot.
But
So
Vegas is a lot of like mock stuff.
It
from
is.
other places.
That's true. So
But this looks like the Fountain of Wealth from Singapore, only because of all the rivers and stuff that block off that city. I know that is a big thing in Singapore. Because I was gonna say Dubai, but then I was like, based off geography of Singapore, I feel like that's more correct.
And Singapore is very extravagant.
Yeah,
In
Singapore
all
is
of their-
very
your logic,
famous.
this question is not as fun.
Yes,
It
I
was-
know.
this is true. It was real
Well, I'm
logic.
sorry.
Let's-
Real logic with your demographics and your geography and your knowledge of like river routes.
All right. Oh,
Oh,
it was
you were wrong.
Dubai
It was
Fountain.
Dubai.
Dang it! I still got a good answer. I got a B. I'll take it. I'll take 8.
All right.
I'll take 8.
Jerome is currently in the lead. He's beating Alex and I by
Now, here's the
2.
thing. Here's a question. Do you want to do a second round? Because we're already in an hour. We're at 53 minutes.
I really just want to spend the rest of the podcast pulling up pictures for Jonathan to describe.
I am down for a second round. I want that redemption.
I
Okay.
think we can do a second round. Let's just all do it together. One last round.
Oh, so like we all choose an answer. Then we'd all have to like hold up an answer or something.
I'll keep track. I'll keep track of who's right off of that answer.
Well,
Oh,
humans,
for
that's thing not to show. Do you have a piece of paper?
I have a piece of paper right next to me.
Yeah, just hold it up. Your answer.
Okay.
Or you could just say it. It's not like we find out the answer until we actually click on it.
Well, he doesn't want us shooting it. Right, Jerome, keep score.
Okay. Or we could just yell it, or we could just say 1, 2, 3, or 4, like A, B, C, or D. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Like,
Okay, let's do that, and you'll hold up your numbers. All right. People who are listening to this is how we improvise on the fly. You know, we got to do what we got to do.
All right, let's see. Go back to the main page.
All right. Okay, we're going back to the main page. Alex
what
is
will it
currently
be?
pulling out a category. Let's see what it is. What is it gonna be?
History.
For those listening to the audio
History.
version of this, watch the video version of this that goes up on YouTube to get
Yes.
some of these jokes.
Or it might be more fun listening to it. Like,
I don't know,
who knows?
maybe.
I literally, again, with the description.
Okay, Alex, you choose one of these. General,
What?
ancient era, modern era, mythology, philosophy, or USA.
Let's do mythology because U.S. history is kind of, it is what it is. Let's go with mythology.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Jerome, you choose one of these. We have Egyptian gods, Greek creatures, Greek titans, Olympian gods.
You know what? I'm gonna do the unorthodox. I'm gonna do it for the homies. We're going with the hood, Robin Hood.
All
Let's do it.
right. Okay, Robin Hood. How well? I already know I ain't winning this, so let's go.
I don't know. I haven't even seen the Disney version with the fox.
Same.
What? Y'all seen all these Disney originals, but y'all ain't seen the classic Robin Hood with the fox.
Is it considered a classic?
Yes, that's like old school Disney.
Okay, let's.
It's up there with Sword of the Stone and Aristocats.
I'm gonna click play.
I never saw I saw the Aristocrats. I'm sorry, the Sword in the Stone. I never saw that either.
All right. According to legend, how did Robin Hood usually meet his men that he later asked to join his group of outlaws? Was it A, at card games, B, by dueling them, C, during jail time, or D, while on a crusade?
Okay, in 3, 2. Hold. You're gonna hold up your number.
Oh, I thought
And-
What number?
Oh yeah, these
Just
these
say
aren't
the
letters.
number.
These aren't letters.
Just say the answer.
Just say the answer.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Dueling them.
Card
At
games.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jonathan got it.
Ooh, okay, I have 1 point. All right. I totally thought I was wrong in that question.
Question 2.
You guys said it so confidently.
I assume.
I just figured it was card games. Question 2.
Aren't people supposed to be die when you dueling them?
Maybe he would suggest they duel, but then realistically, they're actually just meeting up. They're not actually going to fight. I don't know. I never read Robin Hood's like actual stories. Robin Hood's stories are mainly set during what time in England? 1000 to 1500 BC, 1500 to 2000. It is BC, right? No, it's AD. What am I talking about?
Just say the numbers.
Yeah, 1500 to 2000, 500 to 1000, or 0 to 500.
I'm gonna say 1,000
Three.
to 15,000. Or I'm sorry, 1,000 to 1,500.
I'm gonna say 1500 to 2000.
I also will say 1000 to 1500.
All right, let's see. Oh,
Yay.
okay. Everybody's tied now.
Actually, no, Jerome is still in the lead.
Oh,
He's
I
got
mean
9
for
points.
this round. I mean for this
Oh,
round.
okay.
Robin Hood is usually depicted wearing clothes in what color? This is just
Read
Really?
the answers.
it's green. I'm going with green.
I'm
give
also
the
going with
green,
green.
fine.
I'm also going with green.
Like, well, let's not play around with it. We all know what the answer actually is.
Watch it be
Watch,
purple.
it comes out. Yeah. I was gonna be- Well, he was like part of like the trees, right? That's how he had to hide about.
Who is usually depicted as Robin Hood's chief lieutenant and second in command? Is it Little Jake, Little John, Little Joe, or Little Jack?
Little John. Yeah,
I too will go with Little John.
That's the rapper, right?
Okay.
It's also just a rapper, Little John.
Yeah. I'll say Little Joe. I'll say Little Joe just to be different.
It was
It's Little
Little John was the answer we were looking for. According to legend, how did Robin Hood usually summon his men? Would he A, bang a drum, B, blast a horn, C, light a fire, or D, send a raven?
I'm gonna say light a fire just because that's what I would want to do.
I'm gonna say
But they were also always in the forest, right? So that would probably cause a forest fire. So I'm gonna say fire.
Send a raven. I'm between bang a drum and send a raven. Send a raven because that's the least like, you know. Anyway, yeah. What's your answer, Jerome?
I'm going with blast a horn. I'll tell
All
you
right.
why if I'm right.
I'll click my answer.
Yay!
It is blast the
So
horn.
the reason I knew it was blast a horn is because in the Robin Hood movie with the fox, he blows a horn to summon his men.
That's just not fair. You've seen the cartoon.
If Jerome wins this, I'm demanding a rematch.
What is the name of the forest commonly associated with Robin Hood and his men? The Whittlewood Forest, Inglewood Forest, Nottingham Forest, or Sherwood Forest?
Nottingham Forest.
See, I don't trust Jerome.
I know he might just be wanting to keep his lead, so he's throwing us off.
I feel like I don't know why. I want to go with Inglewood.
I'll go with Whittlewood Forest. What do I have to lose? Let's click Nottingham.
I feel like
It's
Oh,
Sherwood, the
Sherwood.
one answer that nobody chose.
Ah, I thought it, or no, it's not Nottingham Forest. It's that the villain he's fighting is what, like the Duke of Nottingham or the Prince of Nottingham or whatever.
you're asking the two wrong people. Which of these is one of Robin Hood's group of outlaws and serves as the resident clergyman of the group? Chaplain Tapman, Fair Tuck,
Friar.
Friar Tuck. No, it's Fair Tuck. Friar Tuck, William of Baskerville, and Father
Mulcahy,
Mulcahy?
I think.
Father Mulcahy? Is that
Anyway,
like a priest?
I'm going with Friar
Priest
Tuck.
and Robin Hood?
I'm going with William of Baskerville.
And I'm going to do Chaplain.
Let's see.
It's Friar
It's
Tuck.
Friar
Ah.
Tuck.
I also knew that answer too.
Of
But
course
that's
you
because
did.
he's in all of them. The Friar Tuck's in all.
So
of the
all we
Robin
need to
Hood
do is
movies.
just watch the Disney version
You
with
had
the
to-
fox.
for that one, you had to watch any Friar Tuck. I accidentally gave away the answer to this one. Which of these is one of Robin Hood's chief opponents? Sheriff of
It's
Shrewsbury,
Sheriff of Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Let's go.
Sheriff of Leicester.
Because
or
at this
Sheriff of
point,
Northampton.
I believe the math adds up, whereas Jerome has already won the game. So
Pretty
let's
much,
go.
With his weird answers about Fountain. I really would just like to go through that again.
In many adaptations of Robin Hood stories, the local sheriff holds what kind of tournament hoping to catch Robin Hood?
Oh, this one I know.
Is
I
it
think.
sword fight, archery, jousting, or chess?
I'm going to say jousting. I think it's jousting. I don't know.
Archery.
I'm going with archery.
It's probably archery. Yeah.
It's archery because that's
He's
Robin
always
Hood's
in the
whole
video.
thing.
Yeah, and like all like I've seen like the posters and they're always like this.
Right.
The little foxes like this.
Robin Hood's whole thing. According to legend, which of these is a hired killer who attempts to kill Robin Hood and in later stories became Robin Hood's romantic rival? Is it Comrade Eckley, Eric Northman, Paul Kellerman, or Guy of Gisborne?
The way I read this was like who was hired to kill, but then became like Robin Hood's romantic interest.
See,
really.
I thought the same thing.
I read it that way, and I was like, wow, Robin Hood, really progressive of you, man. Like, go for it. I love that enemies to love story going on there.
I don't know this one. I think it'll be Eric Northman, maybe.
I'm gonna go with Guy of Gisborne because that sounds like a cool name.
That sounds like I wanted to go with
that. I'm gonna go with Conrad.
All right, let's see.
I have a different answer.
Oh, it was Guy of Gisborne.
All right.
All
so
right.
Total
We collectively scored a D.
Total is Alex with 10. Or sorry, 11. 11. Jonathan with 10. And me with 15.
But I call rigged on the Robin Hood round. Why did I let him choose?
Yeah. You were against two people. Did anything about Robin Hood, really?
I didn't know that. I assumed you at least watched everything else Disney. You tell me you've never watched Robin Hood.
I just started watching like the old Disney, except for like Aristocrats, Pinocchio, and Aladdin. Those movies I always loved even when I was little. Especially Pinocchio. I apparently watched that like every night. But as an adult, now I find it terrifying and really sad.
Besides, I didn't anticipate my ridiculous logic to work for my fountains round.
Seriously, though. That first one, I was not nowhere. The fact that you kept saying Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid thing was so funny. I didn't expect it to work, and they just kept working. Like all these ridiculous stories.
That was insane.
Listen, we live to entertain here at the First Ones to
exactly.
Die, okay?
And we will. You can bet we will be having a rematch one of these days. Jerome, I'll let you take the W right now. Well, I'll let you take the W.
Current trivia
I will
champion.
say for this podcast, technically, since you load scores, Jonathan, you'd be the first one to die.
That's it. Yep.
All right. Well,
that should be our thing now. Who would be the first one to die out of each scenario in each movie?
Each scenario, answering questions. Jerome has ridiculous logic that works. I have random knowledge and once in a while good guessing. Jonathan, you're just dead now.
Man, it was those dark. What was even my category? I can't even remember now.
It was TV shows, which is what our podcast is about. So you should.
But all those TV shows, and it was TV shows specifically of the 2010s
that
to
you
2013.
Like you don't know at all because you've never seen it.
Because I was like, oh, Jonathan should know this like era. That should be fine. We talked about it. Anyway.
Jerome got the same answer, the same multiple choice question.
That was ridiculous. The one where it was like all three of these answers I've already used, so I know these are incorrect.
Well, maybe they just did because also it was the Trevi Fountain. It looks there's no other fountain that looks like the Trevi Fountain. You see it and you're like, oh yeah, no, there's like every major movie show and TV show and movie that has visited Italy or done like an Italy episode. That's that. Mm-hmm. They always go there first.
All right, Jerome. All right. I don't know what I was about to call you. All right, Jerome. It is your time to shine. Now is your time to announce what movie we will be forced to watch and recap on next week's episode.
Well, it's a dynamite movie meant for the light of heart.
Eddie Murphy?
No. Before we get to it, let me start by saying,
He's going into his preacher voice, so like, is it like Soul Brother or something?
Nah, it's not Soul Brother, and it sure ain't Dolomite, but it definitely is Black Dynamite. Like Black Dynamite, starring Michael Jai White and Byron Mins is what we are watching, what we're going to be reviewing.
You did your Southern voice, I should have known it.
So it's blaxploitation. You know you got to do it. And you'll see why once you see. If you've never seen the movie, you'll see why.
I think I've seen it, but still.
Jonathan, have you seen Black Dynamite?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it'll be a treat. You'll have a good time.
Lovely.
So Lord. Our next podcast review of Black Dynamite.
And maybe we'll also add in our next podcast. We'll also add like a what's going on, current events kind of thing as well. We can maybe talk about like some of the stuff that's going on in the world and like have a Black Dynamite review.
We'll
Well,
see.
Okay,
Black Dynamite, if I recall, well, I was just trying to remember what Dynamite, Black Dynamite. I was trying to recall. It's like basically a black kung fu movie, right?
It's a parody of blaxploitation movies. Yeah. So basically,
I
that
mean,
era was kung fu, Soul Brothers, and Afro Sheen, and a lot of saying sucker. Everybody's a sucker or a jive turkey or a corn-fed fool or the
why
myriad of
corn-fed
other.
fool?
Cause
Why corn though?
I
don't like corn.
I know that's a popular phrase, like corn fed.
Because it's like if you like, like eating cornbread or stuff, it's supposed to make you like stocky, like big and strong or whatever. So it's like if you're a corn-fed fool, you're like you have a lot of brawn, but you don't have a lot of brains.
Mm-hmm.
You're very big, but
So you're just fat.
Smart. No, like muscle, like you're muscled up, big guy or big woman.
I thought it like had to do with like chickens or something. You're just like a corn-fed fool. You're like livestock.
Now,
I don't know if that's the Midwestern in me or like like I just go straight to like farming.
Oh no, cornmeal was used for everything back in the day. Cornbread, grits, just corn in general, all types of stuff. And then of course you use corn, to feed chickens. A lot of
Mexican.
So.
City girl. No. Cornmeal was not used for everything for me.
For you, yes, but for the black community.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's why I'm like asking that question. Because I could.
That's probably what it's derived from. But we could do some research later.
Find out what some of these catchphrases
Look forward to our we're gonna hear a lot of catchphrases, I'm sure, next week. A lot of Jerome using this voice.
Oh, his Southern Baptist voice will be back.
You damn right.
I'm gonna give you next podcast. I'm gonna give you a picture to describe Jonathan and you, Jerome. Something to say in your Southern.
What's going on?
I was gonna, but I need you to use your logic to explain what it is, Jerome, in your Southern Baptist preacher voice. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow, and I am going to, or next week, and I'm just gonna enjoy it all. I'm going to be part of the viewing party on that one.
This has easily been one of my favorite episodes so far.
I know this was enjoyable. This was a lot of fun, which is why we need a rematch.
Jonathan, you lost fair and square. We gave you a category. You got a category out of all of us. You should have known the best.
Heck, Alex was on fire with the astronomy questions.
I know.
Just knocking them down.
It was only the beginning part. I know like the alignment of the planet. I know like I like science. I really love science. If science didn't have so much math in it, I would be a scientist. However, they do tend to go hand in hand, and I am not friends with math. Math can go to hell. And I stand
well, on that note, I think those are great closing words. We have had a wonderful time here on our first ever game night or game morning, whenever you're listening to this, on the first ones to die. We hope you had a wonderful time listening to us. And where can we find you both on social media?
You can find me at Not Jerome Rhett on Instagram. Once again, I'm still doing January. I'm just taking a little bit of a break. Been exhausted. But, I'm going to be back to putting up beats every day. And for those of you who are musicians out there that are listening to this podcast, in January, be a part of January, make a song every day. It doesn't have to be something technically proficient. You're not trying to make a hit single, but just, make something. It's a great challenge. Challenge yourself to, express yourself, express your craft, experiment, try some new things. And also, if you're trying to get big in the, social media side, it's also great for that too. So just wanted to put that out there. And also excited to finally, I think next week or the week after next week, going to start putting up stuff on the RoboZoo Media Instagram page as well. So follow me there as well. You see like all my creative ventures that I'll be getting up to as the year progresses, because that's going to be the hub for all those things. So there you go.
All right. And Alex, how about you?
Mainly I'm on Living My OKS Life on Instagram, and then I mess around mainly with the TikTok, our podcast TikTok. I'm the one who actually just takes care of that guy. And recently I've also been working on our little comic version of our podcast. I've started creating figures of ourselves.
All right. Ooh. Okay.
By the way, I won't lie, we are hard skin colors to draw.
You see my pain because I've tried to do that.
Well,
I found
you
that out real
two,
quick.
Jerome, you're a little bit lighter than Jonathan, which is fine. Me, I have a lot of pink undertones.
That's just in this light. If I turn this light on, I am like completely washed out.
But my skin tone, I have a lot of undertone pink to my brown. So either I'm too brown or like I'm this weird beige pale. So I'm still working on that. But yeah, hopefully soon we will have like a little comic version of ourselves.
Nice.
Yep. And you, Jonathan?
And you can find me not washed out because this camera is not doing me any favors. On at Jonathan Keys on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you fancy. You can also follow us at The First Ones to Die everywhere at First Ones to Die Twitter. I don't mean to make that confusing, but yes, you can find us everywhere at The First Ones to Die. Okay, and you can also see Alex recap Clown NATO on our First Ones to Die Instagram as well. And
soon you will be able to see Jonathan in the Washington Traffic Safety Commission video too. If any of you guys have to, watch that or anything, it might be for new like student drivers or whatever. But we will be posting that as well once it comes out because we are always very proud of our Jonathan.
I
will be doing that. I mean, I don't have much to do anyway, so.
All right. This has been a great time. We hope you enjoyed having fun with us. And we will see you next time on The First Ones to Die. See ya, everyone.
Bye. Jerome, I harmonize.